GMBA Universe. In this episode, let's welcome Dee Do. Dee is from the class of 2017 who has been in Taiwan for 8 years, finishing his PhD degree and becoming a professor. He also has a successful business in educational consulting and several other entrepreneurial experience. Let's listen to his stories of how he applied what he learned in GMBA in his career, how Dee turned his motivation into such a big influence in his community, and attribute to all the support he has got in NYCU and in Taiwan.
Hello, welcome back to our another episode today for GMBA Universal. I'm Elena and this is Michael. We are hosts from class of 2024.
On today's episode, we are glad to have the director of our GMBA program, Professor Lin Su, and we also welcome our special guest, Dee. He is a successful man in both startup and academic field. Let's welcome our guests.
Okay, so now it's time for Q&A part, the most interesting part for us. Yeah, we prepared a lot of questions for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so first of all, please tell us about how long have you been here in Taiwan and what brought you to Taiwan?
Okay, so I have been here for 8 years, since 2015. What brought me to Taiwan? It's a long story. At first I wanted to go to Australia with my friend because one of my close friends studied in Australia, and then I decided to study English. I went to grammar school and I prepared everything for Australia. But I got to know one friend in the English class. She was applying for some university in Taiwan. She told me that, why don't you go to Taiwan? And I think, okay. It's also an option because to go to Australia, it costs a lot. And when you come back from Australia, the thing you learn is, apart from the degree, you can learn English only. So I don't want to be the same like my friend. I want to try something new. I was talking to myself that, okay, just go to Taiwan for 1 semester. If things didn't go well, just quit. Like to travel for 6 months, right? So that's why I decided to go to Taiwan. And then after 6 months, I felt like, wow, it's going well. I fell in love with Taiwan, so I continue to stay here after 8 years already. It's time flying.
And then it really worked for you, right?
Yeah.
Now you are fluent in both English and Chinese.
Yes, to me, I think I made the right decision. Because to study in Taiwan, I can be fluent in both Chinese and English. And yeah, a lot of job opportunities, and not only job opportunities, but also business opportunities.
Because Taiwan has many universities, right? So why GMBA and why NYCU?
Sorry to say that. But before coming here, before entering GMBA and NYCU, I didn't know much. I didn't know much about this program. And I didn't know much about the school, really. Because I was just following my friend. My friend was applying for some university, and then I said, okay, I will do the same, right? You apply the school, I will do this, also apply the same school. And after I got admission, I started studying about the school. And I thought that, wow, I just got admitted in a very top university in Taiwan. yeah, I was surprised. And then I thought, wow, this is a good university, so just give it a try. And really, before that, I didn't know much. And the more I know about it, the more I love it.
Why did you decide to pursue the PhD degree in NYCU after completing the GMBA, a long time of studying and keep pursuing PhD?
It seems like you prepare for a very interesting question. For PhD, although I'm a professor now, I'm very honest that I'm never a guy who really loves studying that much. Yeah, but the way I study is I want to study from practice more than class, to be honest. So PhD was never in my plan before. One of the reasons I decided to study abroad is that I was very tired with my job. I have been working with my job in construction, not my thing, for a few years, and I think I want to change something new. And I came here, I really enjoy my life in GMBA. I really enjoy the life of student, the student life here. So at that time, I was thinking, should I continue my student life or I go back to the workplace? That kind of thing. I still remember until now, when I asked you for a recommendation letter. Yeah, she was the one who provided me the recommendation letter for PhD program. And she told me that, come on, Dee, if you just want to stay in Taiwan, don't just go for PhD, go for a job. It's more practical, it's more helpful for you, but sorry, but I didn't follow your advice.
That's what you should do, right? Yeah, don't follow seniors' advice, right? Do that.
Yes, and at that time I was thinking, because I got after graduation, my master graduation, I got a quite good offer from, I think at that time it was very good offer, like for the salary or something, but I rejected because I think I still want to enjoy more my student life. Yes, and another reason is that after 2 years in GMBA, although my English, my Chinese got improved a lot, but I was not very satisfied with my Chinese. So I think I want to spend, some more time to improve my own skill, my language as well. So that's why I pursued this. I used to consider to quit my PhD to, focus on my business because my business, was very, very well back then. Yeah. Not only my company, but also I have another business in Oslo.
Yeah, Hustle, because there was a class project actually.
Yes.
So like a business development class you guys had, so we also had a similar class back then. And then his group was dealing with artificial snow. And then I remember, even that time, you guys showed the last slide of the presentation,
Yes.
which was applying artificial snow to the water slide, which is useless during winter time. So they showed the summer that there is a water slide, winter there is snow that the theme park could use. And then actually the company was really happy with us.
Yeah.
So they came back to us later to look for interns.
So, okay, back to the question. Yeah, so you see, though, I really, was focused on my business. I got two different businesses back then. So the pandemic happened. So the business don't start, things didn't go well. So what I can do is just focus on my study. And I focus on study and then I graduate. I got a PhD degree and then now I became a professor.
Professor D? And how the students call you?
Yes.
Yeah. Do they call you Professor D or how do they call you?
Yes, Professor D, yes.
And we can see it's like a lot of high quality relationships start from GMBA for you.
I can say that the GMBA gave me quite a lot of things. Like from the whole class. From the class, I started my own business, and then also from the class, I got another business with Oslo.
You mentioned that you learned a lot in business startup class. So, besides that, what are the most memorable moments you had in GMBA, and what were the most exciting courses for you?
Exciting courses? And I mentioned before, I didn't love to study that much. So if you ask me what is the most exciting course, I cannot name one, but
I'm
but I can.
What's going on?
But I can tell you what course is the most beneficial to me. Yes, like I heard class. I don't remember the first class is what class is it, but in one class, you gave us one assignment or group assignment, like think of all the way that you can promote GMBA.
Was it in business development class?
No, class. Because I still remember it's the first semester class. So business development class is the second or the third semester. So that's the first homework, and at that time because I really tried to have GMBA because I think GMBA provided me the scholarship. I want to do something to pay that. I don't want to take it for free. I never want to take anything for free. So I also made a video to share the information about the scholarship, to promote our school, promote our program. So not only from that video, but from that, things like that, I got more reputation on the internet. I developed my own channel, to promote the Taiwanese education. So that's become one of my business now. And the second class is that the business, startup business development.
Entrepreneurship class.
Yes. So for that class, Professor Chin, I think not only you, but also Professor Tan, we had it.
Yes, we offered to together.
Yes. We got maybe 2 or 3 instructors at that time, but still, I remember you the most. Yes, and in that class, we had to work with different startup, and one of the startup we worked with was Hosno. Yeah, and again, I didn't take the assignment as just assignment. Just like it's not just homework. I take it as a chance for me to really do a real good things, because I don't want to do something too much theory. I don't like too much theory. I want to do something practical. So this company was very young, and I found out that they don't have many promotional material. So I had them to make a video, and then from that video, they went to one exhibition in Beijing, and they got the first customer.
Really?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So because the company started to have the customer, and the owner, the founder, he came back. He asked me thank you for the video, and then I really want you to join. Yes, so that's why I decided to join the startup. And I have the company to sell their product to different countries. Yes.
So yeah, actually we know that you said that you didn't like studying too much.
Yes.
We still wonder, so how did you apply the knowledge you learned from GMBA to develop your career? Okay, because at least we know that you can learn something from GMBA, right? So how did you apply?
Okay. Knowledge. Maybe because I learned too much, I cannot remember what knowledge it is. But to me, like the thing I obtained the most from GMBA is the presentation skill, the networking skill, and the confidence. You know, from that skill, the confidence helped me a lot in doing my business and also doing my job. So I would like to say not only knowledge, but the skill, the skill.
Besides the knowledge and from GMBAs, we know that like NYCU's incubation already have you a little bit for the early stage of your startup, right? So could you share us more?
No, it's not a little bit, it's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, because when I first started the company, we didn't have a working place, right? The startup incubator, they provide me the co-working space, so my team had the workplace. Yeah, so it's important for us. And another thing is that they also, they hold the competition, the seed fund startup competition, and then we won the first prize, the funding prize. And basically, they, they provide a financial support, like with 300K Taiwan dollars to start our business.
That's quite big.
Yeah, it is good, very good for a new company. And then, apart from financial support, they also provide consultants. Yes, if we have any problem with finance, accounting problem, and even the law problem, we can also ask them for the consultants. Because I was a foreign student, so I was not allowed to open a company here. So I had to come up with some way to develop the business. So they helped me a lot, not only a little bit.
That's good to know because a lot of times students don't know that they can find necessary resources in the campus.
Yes.
They try to go outside the campus and then they suffer a lot.
Yes.
If they know that there are many resources that they can take advantage of, then I think they can try more new things like you did.
Right. Yes.
So, can you share with us on how the Taiwan Diary helps the Vietnamese students for their studies?
How Taiwan Diary?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of this?
No, I didn't actually.
Yes.
Was it Taiwan Diary?
Taiwan Diary.
Diary.
Yes. Okay, let me share with you this story. Why did Taiwan Diary? Taiwan Diary is like one educational company. Right? And we do have the study of book consultancy service, and we also have the management center. And now we also provide, job seeking service. Like we try to do the headhunt service, help students to look for a job. If you want to look for a job. All right. Yes, that's what this company is about. But you can see from the name, Taiwan Diary. At first, I just wanted to save my life in Taiwan. That's why Taiwan Diary. You see, my very first video was not about education. Yeah, about traveling, about other things, more entertaining. But one of the reasons I turned it into the educational channels is that also from your homework and also from my own purpose, because later on I found out that if you just say entertaining things to people, you got more views, but it's not really meaningful to me. They just watch, they have some fun, and then that's it. But when I say my own experience to students that I can help you to apply, no, not I can help you, but I can share with you a lot of experience and information on how you apply for many scholarships or many universities in Taiwan, and many students are very interested in this kind of thing. So I think it's more meaningful. And so I turned my whole channel into one educational channel to share all the information about the school, about the scholarship, and now I'm very proud that my channel now is the biggest channel in Vietnam for Vietnamese students to look for,
How many subscribers?
I think 31,000. Yeah. You can see the whole Taiwan has only about, I think now less than 20,000 Vietnamese students. But basically, the most of Vietnamese students,
when they want to go to Taiwan to study, they watch your video first, and then wow, that's nice.
We used to do the crowdfunding in Taiwan, and we got sponsored and we got support from Taiwan citizens. Yes, I'm proud of that. We did it in so one night from, okay. So we got about 462,000.
Wow.
Yeah, back then, I think 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. But the thing I'm proud of the most is that we changed the whole market. We are the market changers, like before us, everything was in a mess, in a chaos, because like a student had to pay a lot of money just to study in Taiwan. I think it's not reasonable. So after our channel in my company was launched, everything became transparent, and we lowered the price at least 2 to 3 times. So basically, we changed the whole markets. We changed the whole markets. So I think it's the biggest achievement that we got so far.
And I think you're kind of returning back to the
Yes.
Taiwanese society that you received.
Yes.
Because for Taiwan, attracting many foreign students is very important.
Yes.
And now for the internationalization, but also for international relations of Taiwan in the world. So I think your company is doing a very good job.
Yes, that's also what I'm trying to do, because like the way I try to pay back to GMBA, I also want to pay back to Taiwan, because I got a scholarship from Taiwan. So I want to, say more information about Taiwan to let Vietnamese students and Vietnamese people know more about Taiwan.
So now you are doing your startup and you are now also a professor. So I wonder, how do you balance your workload?
It's very tough. It's very tough because I have been teaching for 2 semesters so far, and I think Professor Chin will know it very well. Maybe in the first year it's very tough. You have to prepare for the teaching material, and yes, you have to get used to with the new job. Yeah, it's not easy at all. But luckily, because now my company, it can be run by itself, and I already have other director and manager to help me to manage the company. So I can focus on the teaching job more. So at least in this year, next year, I will focus more on my teaching job. Just because I love teaching. And like the way I love sharing, I love to interact with students. So I think teaching is also a good way to learn and to, it's my hobby. Yes.
So can you share some suggestion to the foreigners and for the GMBAs on how they can develop their career in Taiwan?
Key takeaways.
Key takeaway. I think I have only one key word, because it's applied very well to my whole life and my whole career. It's the learning attitude. Yes, I think learning attitude. And no matter what the difficulties or what obstacle you may have, but if you have good learning attitude, you can turn everything into opportunity.
So the keyword today is learning attitude, right?
Yeah.
We remember it.
Yes,
Everything depends on you.
it's very important.
And that's the second thing I think is NYCU GMBAs can give us a lot of support. Much more than whatever we can speak before.
Yes.
The story is very honest and insightful. The story from our honesty. Yes, and we believe that you can learn, and this information can help you in your career in Taiwan. And also, if you want to start a startup in Taiwan. And we special thank Professor Chin and Dean for joining us today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you for joining in today. Be remember to follow our official pages and look forward to different interesting episodes in the future. Goodbye and see you next time.
Yes, goodbye.
Bye.